Welcome back to another class on the treasures of Mishnayot. We are continuing Masechet Berachot in Perek Aleph Mishnah Bet part 2, and Be'ezrat Hashem we're going to try to finish the Mishnah today. In the Kahati, we started in part 1 speaking about from when does one begin to recite the Shema in the morning, and we saw that the Tana Kama said from when one is able to recognize between the blue wool and the white wool, like we explained in part 1 of the class. Comes Rabbi Lezer today. Rabbi Lezer is going to say between green and blue, and that's what we really want to see. So let's do the Mishnah and let's get right into it. Memotai korin neshma b'shachari, from when does one recite the Shema in the morning? Mishiyakir ben techelet lelavan, when a person is able to make the difference in the color blue to the color white. Rabbi Lezer says ben techela lekarti. Rabbi Lezer says between blue and green. If we look into the Kahati, where the Kahati says, Rabbi Lezer says Zaman kriyishma b'shacharit madchil mishiyakir adam ben techelet lekarti. Rabbi Lezer says that the time when one has to begin to say the kriyishma in the morning is from the time a person is able to recognize between the color blue and the color green. Now, in the Tana Kama's opinion, we saw ben techelet lelavan, and we explained that it was going on the wool, on the tzitzit itself. Over here, Rabbi Lezer is going to give us different colors. He's not going to go on the tzitzit itself, but he's going to want to learn that it's going to go on the blue of the sky and the green of the grass. That when you are able to tell the difference when the sky is blue and the green and the grass is green, when you're going to have that amount of light, then we're going to tell you that you are already allowed to go ahead and recite the Kriya Shema in the morning. And like we did explain in part 1, L'mayin of Kamina, what comes out of this? What is the Tanakam Rabbi Lezer arguing? The difference is going to be that according to the Tanakama, you would be allowed to say the Shema earlier than Rabbi Lezer, because Rabbi Lezer, according to him, you're going to need much more light. You're going to need much more light in order to tell the difference between blue and green. That's at the time is going to have to be postponed a little bit later, because you're going to have to wait for the sun to go up a little bit more higher, and you're going to have more light into the world. Now, let's see this inside. Rabbi Lezer says, Zaman Krishma b'shachad matchim shekar adam b'techel karti. Rabbi Lezer says the time to recite the Shema in the morning begins when a person is able to recognize between the blue and the green. Givanim domim hem, blue and green are similar colors. You're not able to differentiate between the blue and the green only in the situation where the day has already brought light. Meaning when there was light in the day. One more time. When are you going to be able to make the difference in the blue and the green? That's only when light already came into the world. So again, that's a later time. And you should know that this time of Rabbi Lezer is later than the Tanakama's recognition between the blue and the white. Now the Kahati explains what is karti, right? We've been saying green, but what is karti? So the Tanakama says, karti targumo shel chatzir. It's a translation of the word chatzir. Chatzir means grass. If you look into Balmidbar in Perek Yud Aleph, Pasuk, that's chapter 11, verse 5. Gavona karti yaroka dumel l'shot echelet. The shade of the karti, the shade of the basically of the grass, which is green, is similar to that of blue. Rabbi Lezer noten siman heker lefia givanim hadomim shebeteva. Rabbi Lezer is giving you a sign how you are able to recognize based on similar natural colors. Mishiyakir ben techelet hashamayim, when you're going to be able to make a distinguishment between the blue of the sky Liyarkerak hachatzir she'al pnei adama, between the green grass which is on the ground. So you clearly see over here, Rabbi Eliezer, he doesn't want to go back on the way we want to say before, blue and white of the tzitzit. No, he wants to go on the natural colors on the shamayim and on the grass. That's what he says. Rabbi Eliezer noten siman heker lefi hagivunim adumim b'shebeteva mishiyakir ben techelet hashamayim, when you're going to be able to make that difference between the blue in the sky. Once you're going to be able to see the blue in the sky to the green grass on the ground, when you're going to be able to see that difference, then that is the time when you are able to go ahead and recite the Shema. And as self-understood, that is at a very later time than Techelet and Lavan. Now, over here, this is where it cuts off. That's it. This Mishnah, now let's just go back into the Mishnah. The Mishnah says, Memotai kurin Shema b'shacharit. From when does one begin to recite the Shema in the morning? Mishiyakir ben techelet lilavan. When one is able to recognize between the blue and the white, Rabbi Eliezer ben techelet likarti. And Rabbi Eliezer says, no, between the blue of the sky and the green of the grass, which is on the ground. So we have over here in the Mishnah right away, you have to be able to put it into perspective. You have over here two Tanaim that are arguing against each other. One, we don't know the name, we just call it Tanakama because it's anonymous. And the other one is Rabbi Eliezer. So Rabbi Eliezer is saying that I don't agree with the time of the Tanakama. According to the Tanakama, you could probably be reading Shema or Mishiyaki, let's say, let me see something. 1 second, let me see what time is today. Let's see. Okay. Mishiyaki today, that's when you see, if you ever see on the phone or on the calendar or anything or whatever app you use, there's a lot of shachar, then there's earliest talit tefillin, and then there's hanetz. Those three times, now you know a lot of shachar is dawn, earliest talit and tefillin, that is mishiyakir. That's the earliest time you could actually say Shema, and you have netz, which is sunrise when we're down in the Shemona Esrei. So put it to you like this. Over here it shows me that a lot of shachar is 5:57. Mishiyakir is 6:02, because we're going to see the halach is like the Tanakama. But we have to understand, according to Rabbi Eliezer, Mishiyakir probably would have been around 6:10 or even 6:15. It would have been later. You ask me, Rabbi, does it make such a big difference when you have to start going to work, or you have an emergency where you have to be, and so on and so forth, and you can't carry your tefillin, and you want to do the mitzvah the best possible way? Yes, it does make a few minutes, does play a very big difference in the people that have to work early in the morning, or they have to take care of some matter, and so on and so forth. Okay. Again, they can say Shema without the tefillin, but the best way to do the mitzvah is with the tefillin. Okay. So this is the first part of the Mishnah. Now that we have this clear, that the Tanakama learns from Mishiyaki is from when I'm able to make the difference in the techelet, meaning the blue and the white. Rabbi Eliezer says, no, it's a later time when I'm able to make the difference between the blue of the heaven and the green of the grass. And that, as self-understood, you need much more light, you need much more day, basically you need much more light in the day to be able to make that difference. Now, they're both going to agree to one thing, but they argue just, okay, the Tanakama and Rabbi Eliezer, they are arguing in when can you begin the Shema. But when you could conclude the Shema, they're not arguing. Over there, they are agreeing. If you remember in the previous Mishnah, when it said, Me'mata kurin Shema be'aravit, over there, nobody argues. Over there, it's simple. Everybody agrees that when it comes to begin the evening Shema, it's when the 3 stars come out. Everybody agrees to that. That's what the Kohanim enter to the Truma. But over here, when it comes to reciting the beginning, when it comes to reciting the morning Shema, over here there is a machlok between the Tanakama and Rabbi Eliezer. Fine. Continues the Gemara, the Mishnah, and it says, "Vegomra ad hanetzachama," and you should finish it. You're allowed to finish it until sunrise. According to the Tanakama and Rabbi Eliezer, both of them are learning. You know how much time you have to be able to say the Shema until sunrise. That means, if today's sunrise is 6:56, according to them both, that after 6:56, you have missed the time of Shema. Meaning you did not fulfill the mitzvah of saying Shema. And I want to just clarify something where a lot of us don't know this. How can I put it? Okay. The halakha in the Shulchan Aruch brings down that the mitzvah of saying Shema is until the third hour of the day, as we will see B'ezrat Hashem B'li Nadir. That's according to the Magen Avraham, and in the Gra they have a difference in about, let me see right over here, according to the Magen Avraham, it would be up to 8:50. According to the Gra, the end time of the Shema is 9:19. That's the latest time. But put it to you like this, but after 9:19, you lost the mitzvah of saying Shema. And there's also an argument in that. What does it mean I lost the mitzvah? You could say Shema, you still could accept Ol Malchut Shamayim, but you don't get the reward for the way the Chachamim wanted you to say the Shema. Alright, so we have to make that sure. A lot of times you see people, they walk into shul, especially on Shabbatot and Sundays. They come in late, and if they're davening, let's say, even if you tell me right now that they're davening at an 8:30 minyan, or even a 9 o'clock minyan, or even 9:15 minyan, and if you don't say Shema prior to davening, and now you're going to sing, and you're going to prolong, and so on and so forth, so by the time you get to Yishtabach, you pass the Zman of 9:19, that is a humongous problem. Now you lost the mitzvah the way the rabbis instituted it. Okay, let's put it like this, Rabotai. You lost that mitzvah. That's why the person has to be very careful to try to go ahead and say Shema before the prescribed time. And every day you should know the time always changes, because remember, it's seasonal minutes. Okay, so let's get back into the Mishnah. The Tanna Kama and Rabbi Eliezer are telling us that according to the Tanna Kama, you're allowed to begin to recite the Shema in the morning from when you are able to make that difference between the blue and the white. According to Rabbi Eliezer, between the blue and the green. Fine, they argued in the beginning time. But up to how long do we have to be able to say the morning Shema? When is the cutoff point? They both say, V'gomra ad hanetzach chama. They both say you should finish it until sunrise. Let's see that in the Kahati. V'gomra. V'gomer et Kriya Shema. The Kahati says that you should conclude, you should finish saying Kriya Shema. Koloimer zman kriyata. It doesn't mean, what does that mean? You should finish the reciting of the Kriya Shema. It means to say, the time of the reciting of the Shema in the morning, how much of a period do you have to be able to say Shema? Ad hanetz hachama. Until sunrise. Ad sheshachama matchila lenatznet b'roshei hecharim. Until the sun starts, until the sun begins to sparkle on the mountaintop. Until then, that is the time. After then, according to them, you lost the time. You're not able to go ahead and say Shema again. You are able to say Shema, but you're not doing the mitzvah the way you were supposed to do it. Because we'll see, you're going to be able, when you're saying Shema, it's as if you're going ahead and you're just saying words of Torah. But, I got a better one. But you missed the mitzvah of the Torah. Okay, you know something? Let's do this. Let me try to clarify this. We know that there's two mitzvot that we have on us, which is D'oraita. One is Shema, one is Birkat Hamazon. Even though the text of Birkat Hamazon is from the rabbis, the obligation to recite the Birkat Hamazon is from the Torah. Because it says, V'achalta v'savata uvarachta. You ate and you were satiated, and now you should bless. So these two things are D'oraita. So this is, Hashem, thank you so much. This is a better way of putting it. If a person doesn't remember if he said Birkat Hamazon or not, he doesn't remember. He opened the book. He has my Machronim in front of him. I don't know, something happened. Right? He got a phone call and so on and so forth. Or he got carried away or he fell asleep. Now he wakes up and he sees the sitter open my Machronim over here. He doesn't know. Did he say, did he not say? He doesn't know where it's holding. Since it's a doubt if he said Birkat Hamazon or not, since Birkat Hamazon is from the Torah, we're going to tell him, you have to repeat the whole Birkat Hamazon again. That's by the Birkat Hamazon, because it's from the Torah. When it comes to Shema, since the mitzvah of Shema is from the Torah, you want to try to be able to say it before the Magen Avraham time, which now, today was 8:50, every day it changes. Because if after that you're now relying on the Gaon Vilna's time, which is 9:19, but you're dealing with the Oraita. But after 9:19, let's say at 9:20, Again, there's a Rabben Tabashul, he holds that you even have a few minutes right after 9:19. Rabotai, let's stick to halacha for now. Because there's difference of opinion, I just want to go with Chacham Ovadia. After 9:19, at 9:20, let's say, or 9:25, let's be safe, according to all opinions. At 9:25, even according to Chacham Ben Tabashul, let's say at 9:25, you decide to say Shema. Are you doing the mitzvah the way the Torah required you to do the mitzvah? Absolutely not. Did you lose the mitzvah of saying Shema midoraita? Yes. You lost the mitzvah. You didn't do the mitzvah from the Torah. The one mitzvah that you have, actually there's two mitzvot, but when it comes to prayer, the one mitzvah that's from the Torah, you just missed it. So therefore, a person walks into shul on Shabbat, which is very common, and they start late and they're singing, and you see the time, always check the time. What's the time of the Magen Ram and the time of the Gra? At least try to get the Gra in, but if you don't get the time of the Gra in, you missed a mitzvah from the Torah. So that is the better way to put it. When a person would go ahead and he would recite Shema today at 9:25, we tell him you have missed the time, you have missed the mitzvah which is from the Torah of saying Shema. So why am I saying it now? As we'll see, we're going to give you credit as if you were learning Chumash. That's as if you were saying words of Torah. Like when you say, Beresh bara Elokim, we made you got for every word 630 mitzvot, good over here also. When I say V'ahavta et Hashem Elokecha, because those words come from the Torah, you're going to get for each one 630 mitzvot. But you didn't do the mitzvah of Shema from the Torah. Okay, Rabotai? Give you a better understanding. What happens if a person came home at today 6 p.m., right? Today, says Chacham is at 4:41. A person comes home at 6 o'clock, let's say, after it's already nightfall, 100%. You fall asleep. You wake up after sunrise. You're like, wait, I missed Shema. Did you miss the mitzvah of reciting Shema for the nighttime? Yes, you did. That's why we have to be very careful when it comes to reciting Shema. And that's the thing about that. This is the difference when you know halacha, when you don't know halacha. You just think just because everybody's doing it and so therefore it's okay. That's what the rabbis of the shul or the gabbis of the shul, I've seen it, they do it a lot of times. For example, where we daven in Baruch Hashem, the house of Torah. The next minyan is Rabbi Chiav's minyan. The chazan over there is Rabbi Davidov. And when we come and when he comes, so they come around 8:15. Let me see something over here. 8:15. So already before they even start by 8, before they even start 8:15, Rabbi Davidov already tells everybody that they should recite Kriya Shema. Why? Because they know they're not going to make it by 8:50 to Baruch Hu, because it's Shabbat, they have to sing and so on and so forth. So the rabbi has to know, or the gabbai has to be informed, or now that you know this halakha, you have to tell people. If you just walk into shul, just say, Zaman Kriya Shema is coming to an end. Okay. So Rabotai, this was the opinion of the Tanakama and Rabbi Lezer, that they tell you the period of Shema, how much do you have? You only have up until Netzach Hama. After that time, according to them, you lost the mitzvah from the Torah. That's what the best way to do the Shema is actually like that. Is the halacha like that? Yes, the halacha says you should do it before Netz, but we're going to see the halachas really even have up to 3 hours when it comes to Shema. We'll just see this right now. Okay. So, let's do it one more time. V'gomra, when it says in the Mishnah, and one should conclude it, meaning, v'gomer et Kriya Shema, you should finish the Kriya Shema. Koloimar, zman kriyatahu, wants to tell you, what does it mean v'gomer? What does that mean when you have to finish the saying of the Shema? It means to tell you, the time of reciting of the Shema, the period is ad hanetzach hama, until sunrise. After that period, according to the Tanakam and Rabbi Lezer, you have missed the mitzvah from the Torah of saying Shema. Let's continue. Yesh mivarim, there are those that want to explain. Sha'atana naked lashon v'gomra, that the Tana took the language v'gomra and you should complete saying Shema until sunrise. Why did you have to take the word v'gomra? Kedei lahashme'enu, in order to teach you, shemitzvah ligmor et kriya Shema ima netzach hama mamash, that the mitzvah is to finish the saying of the Shema with sunrise, literally. Sheken shishanin be'beraita, because it was taught in the Beraita. Masay berachot daf tet amud bet. Vatikin, what does it mean vatikin? It means people that are anavim, people that are humble. Umichavevim mitzvot, and they dear and they love mitzvot. That's the way Rashi wants to explain what does it mean vatikin. People that are humble and they love mitzvot. Hayu gomrim ota im hanetzach hama. They would finish Shema with netzach hama. That means, let him say it. Why? Kidei sheismichu gi'ula l'tefillah. In order to connect the gi'ula, the bracha baruch atah Hashem ga'al Yisrael, to tefillah, meaning to the tefillah of the Shemona Esrei. So when we tell you how important it is to go ahead, basically, you're not really saying, Ani Hashem Elokecha asher hotzeti lechem me'eretz Mitzrayim להיות לכם לאלוקים, אני Hashem Elokechem emet, Hashem Elokechem emet. That's not what you're going to say with the netzach hama. No. You can say v'yetziv nechum v'kiyam. The whole thing. When you get to Baruch Atah Hashem Ga'al Yisrael, that you want to be at sunrise, and then immediately you're going to begin Adonai Safatai Tiftach Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. That's what we want you to actually do. Exactly like that, Rabotai. Because the Vatikin, the people that are humble and the people that love mitzvot, they do the mitzvah the proper way. And that's how they would do it. They would say the Shema before Netz, and they would conclude it with Netz. Now I want to just try to clear something up over here. When he tells you over here, why did the Tana have to use the language V'gomra and you should complete it? He wants to teach you that the mitzvah is to finish the Kriya Shema with the Netzach Hama. Because if you were to say this now, what would I have thought? The Tana could have easily said, right? Let's do like this, without the word V'gomra. From when does one recite the Shema in the morning? From when one is able to recognize between the blue and the white. Rabbi Lezer said, Omer ben techel lekati. Rabbi Lezer is going to tell you between the blue and the green. Ad netzach hama. He could have told you until netzach hama. That means that if, let's say Mishnayot, according to the Tanna Kamma, at 6:02, let's say according to Rabbi Lezer, the Mishnayot is at 6:15, let's say, but Netz is at 6:56, you would have thought to think that if it wouldn't be for the word V'gomra and you should finish it ad netzach hama, you would have thought to say that I should maybe do Shema, let's just go with the time of 6:02, according to like the Tanna Kamma. Maybe I should do the Shema from 6:02, and that's it. But I don't really have to go ahead and connect the Geula to Tefillah. That's why you have to use the word V'gomra. You should finish saying Shema ad netzach hama. What do you mean until netzach hama? With the netzach hama you want to finish the Shema. Meaning when I say the bracha Baruch Atah Hashem Ga'al Yisrael, that's exactly when that's hit, and then I begin the Shemona Esrei. Okay. All right, Rabbi Isai. Okay, where am I? Okay. Right. Over here. Yesh mevarim shatana nakloshim v'gomra. That those that want to explain the reason why the Tana took the language and he should complete until sunrise, where he could have just omitted that word. He could have just said until sunrise you have. Why do you have to tell me you should complete it? In order to teach us, you want to finish Shema with Nes, meaning the bracha of the Shema, which is Baruch Atah Hashem Ga'al Yisrael. Excuse me. Sheken Shani Bebraita, because that's because it was taught in the Braita. Masach Berachot Avtet Amud Bet. Vatikin, like Rashi wants to explain, Vatikin are people that are humble and that love mitzvot. Hayu gomrim ota im hanetzach hama. Why did they have to finish it with the netzach hama? Mamish, kedei sheismichu geula letefillah, in order to connect the geula, the bracha of Ga'al Yisrael, to the tefillah, to saying Amonai savadat yitach ufi yagid tehilotechem. V'nimtza mitpalel bayom. It comes out that you're davening now in today. Koloimer shatefillah mitzvatay hanetzach hama comes to tell you here that the mitzvah, that the tefillah, meaning the Shemona Esrei, the mitzvah of Shemona Esrei is with Netz Hachama. But Baram, however, he says, Yesh nuschaot she'en gursim v'gomra. Here we go. But you have some texts in the Mishnah where they don't have the word v'gomra. They don't have the word v'gomra. If they don't have the word v'gomra, change the whole thing. Right? So he says, Baram, Yesh nuschaot she'en gursim v'gomra. But some texts, they don't have the word that you have to finish, meaning you have to do Netzach Hama. That means we could actually go ahead and say that maybe the mitzvah is not with Netzach Chema. Maybe I could do it a little bit earlier. Okay. Rabotai, now we see over here that this is the opinion of the Tanna Kama and Rabbi Eliezer. We're going to go with our text in our Mishnah. That we want you to finish the berachot of Shema with Netzach Chema, so you should begin the Shemona Esrei. But Shema, technically, you do have until sunrise. After sunrise, according to the Tanna Kama and according to Rabbi Eliezer, you have missed your opportunity to be able to say the one thing, except Birkat Mazon, that's from the Torah. According to them, you missed that mitzvah of Kriya Shema. Continues the Mishnah, and he says, Rabbi Yeshua says, Ad Shalosh Sha'ot, until the third hour of the day. Rabbi Yeshua wants to come and he wants to argue on the Tanna Kama and on Rabbi Eliezer. When they tell you only have until sunrise to be able to do the Shema, Rabbi Yeshua says, no, you have until the third hour of the day. Why? Because the way of kings is to get up until the third hour of the day. They get up during the third hour of the day. If we look into the Kahati, he says, Rabbi Shua says, until the first 3 hours of the day. Shehen Reva Hayom, which is a quarter of the day. If you divide 12 divided by 4, it's going to give me 3. So that's a quarter of the day. So if on a perfect day, if let's say dawn is, let's say at 6 o'clock in the morning, give me 3 hours, up to 9 o'clock, you're going to have it. And that's how you're going to calculate it. Let's see how it's going to be. Let's see today. Let me see something. Dawn today is 5:57. Again, since the Sha'os Mishnayot, right? The Gaon's Mevilna is every hour today is 47 minutes and 57 seconds. So it's lower. The hours are very low. So therefore, Alot HaShachar, the dawn is 5:57. But Netzach, 1 second, Ken. Oh, I'm sorry, not Netzach Chema. Sof Zman Shema, according to Magen Avraham, would be 8:50, 3 hours later. According to the Gaon Mevilna, it will be 9:19. Again, it's how you calculate. Are you calculating from dawn until? Are you dividing dawn? Basically, you have to take the hours from dawn until when the stars come out and divide it by 12, or are you doing it from sunrise until sunset? And that's the machlok between Magen Avraham and the Gaon Mevilna. But we see over here, 3 hours into the day, that period of time, you are able to still go ahead and say Shema. So one more time. Rabbi Shua says, Ad Shalosh Sha'ot, until the third hour of the day, meaning, Ad Shalosh Sha'ot Rishono Shalayom, until the first 3 hours of the day, She'en Revayom, which is a quarter of the day. She'ken Derech Bnei Malachim La'amod B'Shalosh Sha'ot, because that is the way that when the kings, they get up during the third hour of the day. Rabbi Yeshua held, Shemashma'o Shalakatuv Uvkumecha, the implication when it says in the verse Uvkumecha, when people get up, meaning Ad Sha'a Shekol Bnei Adam Kamim Mimitatam, until the time when all the people get up from their bed. Yeah, you might be right that people get up 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. But when does everyone already up from their beds? That's already by the third hour of the day. Since the way of the kings is to get up during the third hour of the day, Adain Zman Kimohu is still considered to be that a time when people are still getting up. Hilkach, therefore, Zman Kriya Shema B'Shacharit Ad Shalosh Sha'ot, the time of when up to when are you allowed to go ahead and recite the Kriya Shema in the morning until the third hour of the day. Why? Because the way of the kings is to get up by the third hour of the day. Ha'halacha ki Rabbi Yeshua. The Kahati tells us right away, the halacha like Rabbi Yeshua, and the halacha is not like the Tanna Kama and Rabbi Eliezer that said until sunrise. Continue the Kahati and he says like this: Kol makom shenizkar b'Mishnah Rabbi Yehoshua. In any place where you see it mentions in the Mishnah Rabbi Yehoshua, Rabbi Yeshua's time, when it says Rabbi Yeshua without saying Ben, doesn't say Rabbi Yeshua the son of somebody, you should know who Rabbi Yehoshua ben Chananya. Whenever you see Rabbi Yeshua's name, which is anonymous without saying the word the son of, you should know that it's Rabbi Yeshua the son of Hanania, he says, look into Perek Avot in Mishnah Bet, and Perek Bet, Mishnah Chet. Continues the Kahati, and now he's going to explain to us how do we get Sha'ot Zmaniyot. He says over here, Sha'ot Anizkarot b'Mishnah hen Sha'ot Zmaniyot. The hours that are mentioned in the Mishnah, right, the Ashalosh Sha'ot, and so on and so forth, from when to when, Rabotai, is seasonal minutes. And not like the ones we have today, where it's always, an hour is always 60 minutes. That's not what the Mishnah is speaking about. V'hainu, and that means to say, Shemichalkim et orech hayom, you're going to divide the day, the length of the day, me'alot ha'shachar at tzet kochavim, you're going to divide from dawn until tzet kochavim, l'shneim asar chalakim, to 12 parts. V'chol chalak ha'shnayim asar min hayom nikra sha'az maniyot. Every single part from the 12 hours, that's called sha'az maniyot. So I put it to you like this. If it's a perfect day, if let's say dawn is at 6 o'clock, and when the stars come out is at 6 p.m., so if you give me from 6 to 6, meaning from alot to when the 3 stars come out, it's 12 hours. 12 divided by 12 is 1 hour. That means every single hour is going to be an hour long, literally an hour long. And that's how you have to go ahead and do the calculation, and so on and so forth. You're always going to take dawn, see from dawn to when the stars come out, how many hours is that, and divide it by 12. And according to the Gaon Vilna, it's even actually earlier. You're going to take it from sunrise until sunset divided by 12, and so on and so forth, and that's how you're going to get your Sha'ot Zmaniyot. Okay. Alright? Right, okay, right, let's continue. נמצאת השעה הזמנית של היום ארוכה בימות הקיץ, הארוכים מהשעה הנוהגה אצלנו. It comes out over here that the seasonal hour of the day in the summer is much longer than the regular hour that we have today. Because since the days are longer, the hour is going to be longer. So that means in an hour you can have 72 minutes. Like today, I put it like this. Today, according to the Gaon Vilna, 1 hour, in an hour you only have 47 minutes and 57 seconds. According to the Orach Chaim, which is the Sha'az Maniyot Magen Abraham, he says not every hour is 57 minutes and 32 seconds. So you see clearly, Rabotai, that our time, it's always fluctuating. So that's what he's trying to tell you. In the summer, since the day is longer, so now you have to divide it by 12, so therefore the hour is going to be longer. And he continues going to say that in the winter, since the hours are shorter, so that's why the hours are going to be shorter. And he continues and he says like this, and our seasonal minutes are shorter than the regular, our seasonal minutes are shorter than the regular season, than the regular minutes of the regular calendar. Basically, he's trying to tell like this, that in the winter, as you can see now, as it's getting colder, the Sha'ot Zmaniyot is going to fall down. Like I just showed you, according to the Gaon Vilna, it's 47 minutes. According to the Magen Avraham, it's 57 minutes. It's going to fall. In the summer, it's only going to become big. It's going to be, in 1 hour, you're going to have an hour and 12 minutes. And that's how it works, Sha'ot Zmaniyot. Okay. Rabotai, up to now, we saw a machloket between the Tana Kama and Rabbi Lezer when you are allowed to begin the Shema. Then we said up to when they both agree up until sunrise. After sunrise, you lost the mitzvah from the Torah of saying Shema. Comes Rabbi Shur says, no, you have up until the 3rd hour of the day. Why? Because that's the way the kings, when they get up in the morning, they get up by the 3rd hour of the day. And since Rabbi Shur learns a pasuk to mean ufkumecha, what does it mean when you arise? When everybody already got up from their beds. And kings, they get up later, so therefore you have up until the 3rd hour of the day. Ken Bekahadin, he said, halacha is like Rabbi Yeshua, that you are able to go ahead and recite the Shema up to the 3rd hour of the day. It's just we saw that there's a machloket. You have the opinion of the Magen Avraham up to when you say Shema, and you have the opinion of the Gaon Vilna up to when you should say the Shema. That's why you have to be very careful if you're davening in the late minyan, even if it's not Shabbat, to always try to make the time of the Magen Avraham, because you're dealing with a mitzvah which is from the Torah. Now we're moving to the next portion of the Mishnah. The Mishnah continues to say, yes, Hakoreh mikam ve'elach. Anybody who starts reciting the Shema after the 3rd hour of the day, If let's say if dawn is 6 o'clock, and on a perfect day, we're gonna say that Sha'ot Zmaniyot is an hour long, so 3 hours, so 3 plus 6 is gonna give me 9. That means until 9 a.m. I'm able to say Shema like Rabbi Yeshua says. What happens at 9:01? According to Rabbi Shaul, he says you have a little bit more time. Let's say at 9:05. Let's make it safe. At 9:05, a person decides to go ahead and he wants to say the Shema. Is he doing anything? I told you before, he lost the mitzvah of saying Shema from the Torah. The mitzvah of saying Shema from the Torah he lost. He lost it. Can he still accept Malchut Shamayim? He could accept Malchut Shamayim. But you're not going to get schar the way the Torah wanted you to do the mitzvah of Shema. So, but he says over here, Hakoreh mikan ve'elach, one who's going to recite the Shema from here and on, meaning after the third hour of the day, in our scenario, after 9 a.m. in the morning, lo hifsid. You don't lose. We'll see what that means. But we're going to still give you like this. Ki adam okreh b'Torah. We're going to give you a reward like a person is reading the Torah. Like you say, Bereishit bara Elokim, the same reward that he gets, we'll give it to you because you're also saying verses from the Torah, because Shema, all the 3 paragraphs, even Shema itself, everything comes from the Torah. So if we look into the Kati, he says like this, HaKoreh Shema mikam ve'elach. If a person recites Shema from here and on, meaning la'achar sha'ava reva hayom, after a quarter of the day has passed, lo hifsid, he doesn't lose. What does that mean? Koloimar means like this, af al pi shelo yatsa yidei chovat kriyat Shema. Oh, thank you, Hashem. In simple terminology. Even though you did not fulfill your obligation of saying Kriya Shema, which is a mitzvah from the Torah, that one mitzvah that you should have done correctly, couldn't do it. Nevertheless, you do have reward. For what reward you're going to have? Like a person who recites the Torah, meaning, one who recites Shema after the prescribed time, it's as if you're learning Torah. Just like when a person learns Torah, just like now we're learning Torah, that's what you're going to get a reward for learning Torah. But the mitzvah, the obligation that was put on you to say Shema, that mitzvah you could have also got, because when you say Shema in its proper time, you're doing 2 things. You're saying words of Torah, but you're also doing the mitzvah of fulfilling the obligation of saying the Shema, which is from the Torah. That mitzvah you lost. All you're going to get is the second part of the mitzvah. It's as if you're only learning Torah. The Gemara Mavor, it's explained in the Gemara. Lo hifsid, what does it mean when it says over here lo hifsid? It's going on something else. He wants to say like this. Lo hifsid berachot. He doesn't lose the berachot. Now, let me see something. Okay, 1 second. Let me see something. Yes, okay. Alright, I'll put it to you like this. We have, after the third hour of the day, you have up until the 4th hour now also. So I'll put it to you like this. Sozman Berachot Shema would be 10:06. Again, another problem, Rabotai, another problem. That if you are, say the Chazan, whatever it is, you started davening in a shul that they start Shacharit 9 o'clock or 9:15, I don't know. Now, at 9:30, you guys only, not 9:30, I'm sorry. At 10:15, because 10:06 is the cutoff point. Let me say that again. You went to a shul that begins at 10 o'clock. Or better at 9:30. You went to a shul that begins at 9:30. Let's keep it like that. They begin very late. So the Zman of Shema you lost. Unless you did it before, so you got it. But let's say you didn't say it, you lost. But now as you're davening and you're taking your time, there's also a cutoff point to when you are allowed to say the Shemona Esrei, which is up to the 4th hour of the day. That means if you didn't say it in over here in today's time, if you didn't say it until up to 10:06, if you didn't say it until then, meaning at 10:07, if you start saying Shemona Esrei, you could daven Shemona Esrei until Chatzot. I should have rephrased that. I apologize, guys. 1 second. I apologize. Just 1 second. Let me. Okay. One more time. A person begins to daven 9:30 Shacharit. He misses the Zman of Kriya Shema. Now, he wants to, they got to Baruch Hu at 10:10. Now they want to go ahead and they want to say the Berachot of Kriya Shema. That's another problem. The Berachot of Kriya Shema, you're not allowed to say after 10:06. That means if the Chazan, again, in today's day, and today, because remember the time always changes. That at 10:06, that's the Zman for the end time for saying the Berachot of Kriya Shema. If at 10:06 you only said Baruch Hu, or not Bariyat, you were saying Kaddish, so now at 10:07 you're beginning Baruch Hu, and now at 10:08 you're beginning the Berachot of Kriya Shema, you're not allowed to say Hashem's name in the Berachot. That means if I'm going to have to say the Bracha, I'm going to say Baruch, I'm going to skip at Hashem, Ata Hashem Elokeinu Melech Olam, and I'm going to say Yoter Or. So it will sound like this: Baruch Yoter Or. That's it. I can't say Hashem's name and its kingship. So let me see something. Let me make this more practical. Let me see something. And this is very important to know because I've seen it a lot, especially in Ashkenazic shuls, where they down very late. Even the Mishnah Berurah brings down in the Halacha. Mishnah Berurah says, when do we allow you to say the Berachot of Kriya Shema if it's after the time, after the 4th hour of the day? That specifically if you were an onus, if it was out of your control, that's why you're davening late. But to every single day to tell me that you're an onus? But according to the Sephardim, Rav Yitzchak Yosef says, absolutely not. He doesn't care whether you did it intentional, unintentional, whether it was out of your control. You are never ever allowed to say the Berachot of Kriya Shema with Hashem's name and His kingship after the 4th hour of the day, which today is 10:06. So I'll put it to you like this. You're going to read like this. Instead of saying as the usual Baruch Ata Hashem Elokeinu Melech Olam Yoter Or Choshech Chulu, right? And then when you're going to conclude the bracha in the Gal, so you're going to say, and then you're going to say before you're going to say Baruch Ata Hashem Yoter HaMeorot, and then you're going to say Baruch Ata Hashem Abocher B'Misra B'Ahava, and then you have also the bracha of Gal Yisrael. You're not going to read it like that. After the 4th hour of the day, you're going to say it like this: Baruch. You could think it in your mind. Ata Hashem Elokeinu Melech Olam. You could think it in your mind, and then you're going to say like this. Basically, this is how it's going to sound: Baruch Yoter Or V'Rechoshech. When I get to the concluding bracha, I'm going to say like this: Baruch Yoter HaMeorot. Baruch Abocher B'Misra B'Ahava. Baruch Gal Yisrael. Shemnesu you could daven until Chatzot. You could daven with all the brachot. But the berachot of the Kriya Shema you lost. And that's a very big problem. A lot of times people come and they daven late. If they say the berachot, and that over there you have a chashash of a bracha levatala, is saying a blessing in vain, which is from the Torah, because it says Lo Titzah et Shem Hashem l'Sham. You shouldn't carry Hashem's name in vain. You're trying to do a mitzvah from the rabbis, and you're doing an Isser from the Torah. That's why a person has to try to catch minyanim, which daven before the 4th hour of the day, or even before the 3rd hour of the day, to also be able to get in Shema with the tefillah, with the brachot, and so on and so forth. So let's get back into the Kahati. The Kahati says, "B'Gemor Mevur." It's explained the Gemara. What does it mean? Lo hifsid, lo hifsid berachot. You don't lose the berachot. Kolomar, meaning to say, shehachamim tiknu lomar berachot lefnei Kriya Shema v'lacharecha. The Chachamim instituted to say berachot of Kriya Shema before Shema and after Shema. Ki mevur lehalal, it's going to be explained later on in Mishnah Dalet. Uba'am Mishnatenu lamed, and came our Mishnah to teach us, she'af al pi she'avar zman Kriya Shema, which is the 3rd hour of the day, even though the time of Kriya Shema has passed, you're able to continue and bless the berachot before Shema and after Shema. Even though you are not fulfilling obligation of Kriya Shema in its proper time, because you're doing it after the 3rd hour of the day, nevertheless, that's how they want to learn. Nevertheless, you're going to get a reward as if you're reading Torah when you are saying the Shema. But remember, all this is up until the 4th hour of the day. After the 4th hour of the day, you also even lose the barachot, and it's asur for you to say Hashem's name and His kingship, and you have to do it like I showed to you. Okay, Rabotai, with this we do conclude Mishnah Bet. Let's go through the Mishnah one more time, and we will conclude until the following day, until the following class, and Mishnah Gimel. Okay. Perek Aleph, Mishnah Bet says, Memotai korin es Shema b'shacharit. From when does one recite the Shema in the morning? Mishiyakir b'techer l'lavam. When a person is able to recognize, he's able to differentiate between the blue and the white. Rabbi Lezer Omer b'techer l'karti. Rabbi Lezer says between the green between the blue and the green. Again, you have to know what each one is going to, like we explained. I'm not going to go through everything now. V'gomra ad hanetzach hama. According to Tanakam and Rabbi Eliezer, you are able to only say Shema up until sunrise. Rabbi Shomer, no. Rabbi Shomer says why? Ad shalosh shaot, up until the third hour of the day. Sheken derech b'nei melachim lamod b'shalosh shaot. Because the way of kings is to get up by the third hour of the day. HaKoreh mikam ve'elach, one who recites after the third hour of the day, lo hifsid, he doesn't lose. Ki adam hakoreh b'Torah, he doesn't lose, and we're going to give him like as if like a person who's reading the Torah. And we saw that there's two ways to understand what does it mean lo hifsid. One way we want to understand what does it mean lo hifsid, meaning to say that even though he lost the mitzvah, even though he did not fulfill the obligation of Kriya Shema, nevertheless he has the reward as if he's saying the words of Torah. But came the Kahat and he brought the Gemara, he says no, what do you mean lo hifsid? He didn't lose the birachot, and still he could go ahead and say the Shema, and we'll give him reward as if he's learning Torah right now. But we did say a very important point, but after the fourth hour of the day, even the barachot you cannot say, whether it's intentional, unintentional, whether it's out of your control. We, the Sephardim, hold you are not allowed to say the barachot of Kriya Shema at all after the fourth hour of the day. Rabotai, have a blessed day. Baruch Adonai L'olam. Amen ve'amen.